Let me tell you how important God is in your life and my life. Because there is a divine law where you see is what you are and what you are is what you see. And our life are mirroring one another. So at the moment you accept what's going on over here in your reflection, then all of this abundance and miracle starts coming to you because it's always been there. That's why you've been aligned to even see this video. So over a year ago, I was interested in coding. I knew that I had a passion for games because I would love to play games and I would like to understand coding at that time a lot more because I understand this whole reality is a simulation. I'm putting in my spiritual information and applying it to my experience. And I'm like, if this is all simulation and there's some type of code being ran, and it makes sense of why governments dump billions of dollars into the psychological operations. That's what a psyop is. And I'm like, because you're literally reprogramming how people's experience is. So I was like, the moment someone understands how to code, they start to actually crack the code on reality itself. So I'm putting all these things together. And I'm like, all right, God, I feel like I should make a game. So I went on YouTube University. That was me taking my very first step. All right, went on YouTube University and was like, game development tips, how to code, how to do this, right? You don't complain about, I don't know where to start, or, college classes are too much, or this. We're in the Aquarius age, for crying out loud. God has given you every opportunity, the smallest and the biggest. All you have to do is just show up. So I went on YouTube and I showed up and I said, hey, God, me going on YouTube, that action was me sending out a frequency saying, hey, God, I heard you loud and clear. I may not know where to go consciously, but subconsciously and on soul level, I understand where to go. This action is me showing you that I acknowledge the information and downloads you sent me. You have to show some acknowledgement and appreciation for your frequency to adjust, and for all the spirits in the spirit world to be like, okay, they're doing that because of their frequency that we have sent them. All right, let's go and let's give them something a little more so they can chew on. So I was watching all of these videos and I was like, cool. Now, what do I do with all this information? Because I have an idea about a game, right? And I was making the game. The first game had something to do with the hands. I was like, Reiki, whatever. That game did not go through all the way because I recognized how hard my idea was to code. I ended up trying to download Unreal Engine. Oh my God, that's like, whoa. And I'm like, God, what am I supposed to do? And then God was like, start small. You're trying to go mainstream way too fast. You're trying to make a PS5 game, bro. Start small. Think smart. What does everyone have in their hands always? Because the hands. I was trying to make a game about hands, but I misinterpreted the download. It wasn't make a game about hands. It was make a game that's in everybody's hands. And I was like, well, the phone is in everybody's hands. God, make a mobile game. So I'm like, all right, well, what are good mobile game engines? So went on my Googles and I typed that in. That is me making another step. Did that? All right. Defold is what I landed on. Defold is amazing for mobile game development because it makes it smooth. Defold is the same engine that made Candy Crush. And the developers are called King for Candy Crush, but they use the Defold game engine. So I was like, all right. I started messing with that. I even fleshed out that concept of that hand game there, but it was a little too hard, so I scrapped it. But that also gave me knowledge of, hey, make sure my ideas are complex enough to make it interesting, but simple enough for funness and for me to understand to even code to begin with. So then I ended up scrapping that original idea, created a new idea of a monk meditating under a tree. And I was like, well, let's start there. And then it just expanded and expanded and expanded. And now I have a game based on me listening to the guidance of God that is completely different than anything in any app store. It's going to be out on the iPhone soon, but it's already out on Google Play Store. That means Android. And I released my Chapter 2 update a few days ago. It's called The Ethers. You can download it on the Google Play Store. The Ethers. You can download it. It's one of the most fun, addicting, spiritual, purpose-driven games, akin to something that constantly keeps you coming back. It's like a hard game. The challenge is there, but it's also with purpose and fun. The ethers, go play it. Now, what was the point of you listening to that experience? Not just for some self-promo, is because if you accept the reflection that just came to you, take out all of the words and just look at the energy. The energy of the story I just told you, which is something that is real because you can go to the Google Play Store and soon on the App Store and download my game, is this boy, this man, this God, whatever terminology you feel like using, felt a call to do something. And his intuition and its experience made a footstep towards that call. And then suddenly started to get information as if he was a person that took years of courses on the particular subject, coding, when I was illiterate, like ignorant to coding before I decided to go and take that first step. All that translates into is the moment you listen to your intuition, you listen to the beyond, God will send you abundance. Abundance is not just material and money. Abundance is what to type in on Google. Abundance is the information that's actually coming back to me that I typed in because the information was there. Abundance is the ideas that was coming. Abundance is all of these things, right? And you can apply all of that to your life. If you're a cook and you're trying to figure out a new meal and you accept this reflection, abundance is suddenly you get a new recipe that comes to your mind, and the new recipe comes in, hey, try that, try that, try that. It may be like you're making one meal that you're comfortable with, hey, try this new spice. But that new spice is actually going to be for you a few meals down the line, because when you're trying to start from scratch with something, you're going to throw that spice in and be like, oh, snaps, I just made something. Accept this. Listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Trust God. Trust in yourself. Trust your own experience. And play the ethers.